Hello and welcome back to Panzer Corps and Operation Citadel on Manstein difficulty. Yeah, this one is not exactly the easiest one because as always when you have a lot of non-core units on Manstein, it gets a pain because those are not up to the task against the very strong Russian forces. We have a big non-core force here as well. So we will have to struggle a little bit on the Western Front, but we should be doing fine on the main entry lines. And we will use the strategy I have developed for Guderian. So only a slow force attacking in the south and the main bulk of my forces pushing through here, and some additional forces to help out those underpowered units in the west, but this way we should be able to do it. The tricky part about this is how to balance strengths of your units and your prestige reserves, because we will need a lot of it in Russia. And I decided to go for level 12 with all of my units basically. This one is a special unit that has the task to attack this city, so I put him to 13, that's the maximum, but all the others are at 12. And this was pretty expensive actually. Otherwise the tanks will not be up to the task against the Russians, and I bought a lot of Tigers because my fear is that the Panthers are not able to beat 15th strength KV2 or KV1, so I focused on the Tigers. We will be a little bit slower, so that could be a problem actually. And in the south I stayed with the Panzer IV because there will not be much opposition. I think they're only T-34s, so those should do all right there. I think we are not completely deployed. There's no way to start the game at the first turn, so you have to find the right stopping point in the deployment. So I think I have one more elephant to go, because once again I want to have units that can deal with the strong Russian tank forces. So let's see how we are doing, and enough talking, let's kick things off. A few more units to go, actually a lot more units to go. I'm pausing again. Very strong artillery detachment in the south. I even put a Brumbeer to aid them. And here's the elephant, and more artillery to break through here. The Flampanzer to deal with the trenches. And the Luftwaffe hopefully can deal with the Russian Air Force right away. And for the additional unit, no, it's not that one. It's not deployed yet, but I think I bought a 5th fighter, but we will see in the process. So let's start things. First, I want to take out this first city. It's not that easy on Manstein. The other difficulties are much easier for a quick breakthrough. So we need a lot of firepower just to hammer those units down. And we are going to suffer a lot of casualties here. yeah, even 3 damage. So my fourth ranks is already gone. This was only a 4th ranks unit in there. So yeah, sometimes you have not the best rolls, but we have to deal with that. And once again, if you're trying to copy this, absolutely form a protective shield. It's helpful to have panzers here. The Panther is faster and that can move the shield a little bit further ahead. So with the Tigers, it's actually a little bit of a pain, and you have to carefully position them in order to reach past the city. So mix in some Panthers. Those are great tanks, but I think they are not up to the task on Manstein. So I'm concentrating on the on the Tigers. They can take more of a beating. Yeah, we are shifting units to the west. And then this is the attack of my commando forces. Yeah, and on Manstein, I'm delaying the attack a little bit. And this is an opportunity I missed all the time on the other difficulties. But it's a decent move. The ME 410 is quick enough to reach this, I think it's a SU, yeah, 122. So if you, yeah, on the other difficulties, maybe you can even take it out with one shot, and that greatly helps in this attack, because this can do a lot of damage to your infantry. And yeah, and you cannot use your bombers on other places, so why not take out this one? And they won't attack it if it's guarded. Yeah, one moment. A lot of stops here. Yeah, completely suppressing those units, and it's imperative to get rid of them at some place, because otherwise they're going to pound your artillery or your infantry, and that is as well very tricky on Manstein, because hammering down 15 strength points is, yeah, kind of a hard task if you have no infantry or tanks to do the job. But yeah, we will do it eventually. And yeah, in the north, we have to, yeah, basically hammer through. It's not that much time, so I'm accepting risks here. And I'm accepting losses here. So now the Russian turn. No, my turn, sorry. And now we're positioning the Air Force. Yeah, not really. First we have to attack here. Those forces are too weak to break through, but at least, yeah, they can soften up the enemy here. Our main force will have to do the job from behind. And now we are positioning the Air Force. Let's take a look at the layout. That's very interesting. On this mission especially, one moment, more coffee for me. On this mission especially, it's very important to deal with the Russian Luftwaffe, with the Russian Air Force on your turn. And yeah, one moment, I have to pause a moment here. Okay, right back with the action. Too much coffee ground. I think it's called coffee ground. So I had too much coffee ground in my coffee and I had to get water. So, but now we are fit for battle again. So let's take a look at the Air Force deployment. Check the spotting on the enemy units. So this is a juicy target in the eyes of the AI. So this fighter protects it. It's out of vision range. Then my planning is if they are trying to bomb it, maybe the next artillery gets in vision range, and if it's a bomber, it doesn't spot this one. So you can build a cascading trap here. And yeah, the others are guarding the bomber. And I'm deliberately putting another trap here. I'm offering my Stuka here. Because there is no other obvious target, so I hope they will attack it. I've put a lot of my fighters around it, so maybe we can wear them down, and if the Stuka gets destroyed in the process, yeah, that's bad, but I don't care that much. And this one should get into vision range once other planes arrive. That's the plane. So that's kind of a cascading trap, I call it. So let's see how it works. Yeah, first artillery bombardment. Yeah, the infantry is going to get pounded here. Yeah, and here we go. But even with the fighter protection, we are getting massive damage. Yeah, and they're going for the bomber actually. That's bad news, because this will be expensive for us. Wow, and the Nebelwerfer did the Wurfrahmen did 3 damage to the enemy plane. That's great. Yeah, now they're going for the Stuka. Now they spotted the Stuka. This is a more inviting target than the level bomber. Yeah, unfortunately they got it, but well. Yeah, and that's, well, don't know if it's annoying or a good thing. They're attacking into the hills. So my Gebirgsjäger could do massive damage to the enemy tank. And now we're firing back at them. Here the level bombers, again, yeah, +1 range on the artillery. I think that's my first useful hero on artillery. I have mostly spotting and defense, but yeah, what can you do? So one moment, I will talk a little bit about the priorities here. Yeah, very helpful, the level bomber, to drain the enemy artillery out of ammunition, so we can focus more artillery on the target itself. And yeah, the next objective is to take out the Russian fighters. We did a great job here. Then reducing entrenchment and trying to clear the way for my units to break through, and a lot of them are already hurt. And I'm not always sure if it's a good thing if one survives or not. It will be very expensive for the Russians to reinforce. Yeah, another one gone. And that's another important trick you can use. I've never talked about that. So yeah, be prepared for a new revelation in aerial warfare in Panzer Corps. If it allows to stop us, that is. Nope. It simply refuses. I think now we got it. If you cannot... Yeah, let's do it like that. If you cannot get rid of all the enemy airplanes, try to leave a bomber alive. If you are able to stop the bomber on the retreat by putting a fighter in its way, a remaining fighter will go in and try to defend it. So they will always try to escort it, and this way on your next turn you can get rid of them very easily, and there's no problem with reinforced enemy fighters that come back. So yeah, that's a neat trick to decimate the enemy airplanes at first 2 to 3 turns. So yeah, try to use it. It's not that difficult. The important thing is to stop the bomber, and then the enemy airplane, the enemy fighter won't retreat. We will see in a minute if we succeed with that as well. Yeah, I positioned my infantry in a way that I could attack the next city already. Yeah, and this time I got rid of this one because I couldn't allow the enemy the spotting. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to stop the bomber from retreating. And I have to be very careful. We will take a look at that front in a minute again, but let's play out the turn before. We're trying to get to the trenches here. In the open our infantry is more or less defenseless. And now the Stuks can do their thing. That's why I brought them this way. I have enough units here. They're, yeah. My units are really slow here, so they're blocking each other. So I figured I could send them this way and deal with the scout car and the T-34 here, because those are not equipped to do it. And so now we can take a look here. It's very important to deny any movement here of the enemy tanks. If they break through your line, they will completely demolish your lighter units. A 15 strength KV tank, yeah, it's a one-shot kill no matter what it shoots at. The only thing that can withstand are your elephants and your tigers. So the river and the tank block this path, and here it's blocked as well. So be careful, it's better be safe than sorry. Yeah, now we are trying to go in the south. Yeah, trying to deal, movement for the plane. Especially for bomber, it can be useful, but it's not the greatest. Yeah, Knight's Cross. And the artillery defense is almost broken here. So actually our non-core units are doing a great job. The reason is they already have 2 experience levels, so they can fight for themselves. So before the enemy turn is completed, and try to keep units here in case they're reinforced in here. Anti-aircraft cannon on the river can be devastating for the attack here if you cannot deal with it. So keep a tank here, and yeah, let's see if we can catch the enemy retreating bomber. And yeah, a lot of green on the minimap. That's not what we want to see. Yeah, and we will have losses here. That's unavoidable. Yep, got him. And as expected, the enemy fighter goes in for defensive duty. Yeah, and here they actually go through. The river didn't block. That was kind of badly planned. Yeah, and once again, we're trying to get rid of those artilleries and it doesn't work out. They barely survive. But we got the tank. So this time, one moment, stop. Okay. Yeah, this time I brought another tank here in order to support the attack on this city, because I figured the artillery and the infantry alone won't be able to deal with the 15th ranks T-34s that are going to show up here. And yeah, I want to avoid to get hit by this anti-aircraft cannon again that is going to get drawn this way if you go into range, so I try to avoid that. And I had to use my fighters to clear out at least one of the artillery pieces here. Yeah, and like expected, the fighter is trying to escort the bomber. That's not exactly going to help them. And see, very bad idea to offer them an opportunity to shoot, so don't do that. Yeah, and I'm really happy if we are finally getting out of Russia here. Those missions are not that easy, and they're very long, and you have to concentrate all the time not to make too much mistakes. Yeah, and the Tigers are doing their job, but we'll get losses, no doubt about that. And even the elephants have some trouble dealing with the enemy tanks. It was a lot easier on the other difficulties, but it was, I think, a little bit too easy on the others, because the Russian tanks pretty much stood no chance here, and it's more of a fair fight here. Yeah, I'm trying to clear the way. And once again advancing very slowly. The Tigers are slow, and yeah. Yeah, draining the ammunition is the best way to deal with it. Yeah, and the Sturks here are really a turning point. Once again, got the ammunition. Once again, caught an enemy bomber and now completely destroyed the Russian Air Force with no ability to retreat for them. Yeah, and the counterattack is not doing much for them. But now they're reinforcing like expected here. And it's a good thing we have the Panzer IV here. It's the right tool for the job. And finally, artillery gone. Yeah, and we're secure here now. So we can focus on the other fronts. Trying to clear out the enemy armor. We are slowly but surely pushing them back. And they're using a lot of prestige to reinforce their tanks. But I think in the process I'm going to lose all my overth ranks because yeah, I lost here, I lost there. Not much left already. And very often the best way to deal with them is simply wasting their ammunition. And my planes have nothing to do, so I start pounding the infantry in the north. Suppressing the defending artillery, bringing back the naval warfare actually. Yeah. Anti-aircraft cannon dealt with. Now we can try to storm the trenches here. That's working out pretty nicely. Wow, and a big hit. 9 damage on my special infantry. So this one is out of action. Yeah, and make good use of your fighters. They can reduce entrenchment, even if they don't do damage. That's very important. I hate to get damaged on my Nebelwerfer, and they relentlessly go around to attack your weaker units. So, yeah, here the same. It's almost impossible to guard everything. Yeah, and we were one turn too slow to block this city. If we would have... Yeah, I think it's impossible, but if you could do it, then there would be no reinforcements there. Yeah, but even the T-34s are very hard to deal with here. Even the Tigers and the Elephants are somewhat struggling to, yeah, destroy them. Yeah, and that's nice, I never saw that. Knights Cross with oak leaf swords and diamonds. And yeah, sending the scout car. I want as much information as possible. But we are making great progress. It's only turn 5. And we've reached almost all targets now. Yeah, it's a brutal fight for the trenches here, and this guards unit here is putting up a really great fight, but now it's out of ammunition. That should be the end of it. Nope. Yeah, a little bit of a risky move here, but now they cannot spot it, so it's safe. Now, actually they can spot it, so it's not safe, but... well... maybe I thought it would be safe. Yeah, now it's about redistributing units so you can get to all targets in time. The Russian armor is almost dealt with. Yeah, Russian counterattack now. We are still using some non-core units, but it wasn't that bad, and now we reached the final city. And yeah, now it's about breaking the defenses on all of them. We've not taken any of them, except this one, of course. But we have still, yeah, some turns to go. I don't know exactly, actually, but we will see. Yeah, massive bombardment on the defending infantry, then it's easy to take them out. Yeah, this KV-2 is not that dangerous actually. I think it has... I don't know, it never does a lot of damage. I would have to check the stats on that one. But maybe it gets suppressed before it shoots, I don't know. Yeah, and with help of our Luftwaffe, we should be able to break through here. Yeah, increased range helps greatly. Yeah, and still a T-34 here. That's a little bit of a problem in the back. Yeah, sending in the Luftwaffe, that does the job. And putting as many units as possible adjacent to it in order to prevent reinforcements. And I don't want to go near this anti-aircraft cannon with my core units. I'm already in the casualty surviving, no, not surviving, searching for the word, not taking any damage mode. Avoiding damage, yeah, that's it. Yeah, and the Russians are still resisting. One of the Stugs is gone. But now it's our time. Our turn. Very low on ammunition, unfortunately. Maybe we can force a surrender here. No, not really. So we have to do it the hard way. Yeah, but that should be enough. It shouldn't do too much damage to our plane. Yeah, T-34 gone, so now we have the superiority in the west. But it's costing time. We're not able to actually go in. We have to fight for every hex. But at least now the city is blocked, no more reinforcements here. And yeah, the planes are great help here. And not bothering with attacking here. It's just about more experience for my artillery. Yeah, the Russians are fighting back. Expansive damage point for our side. Yeah, finally the last city is blocked, so no more reinforcements for them. And that should be another surrender. Great, that's 40 prestige points. KV gone. But still we couldn't take one of those cities. But we're closing in now, so it's only a matter of time. Yeah, like I said, only to gain experience here. Wow, that was a big hit. 10 damage on the anti-tank cannon. And I want to drive them out of the city. Yeah, succeeded. Yeah, and surprisingly, this is the first city we could take. So, yeah, hooray, non-core forces, they did it. But to be fair, they had a lot of support, but I was a little bit worried about this target. Yeah, but now they start to fall. Yeah, and maybe we can suppress another unit. Yeah, more damage on the expansive tanks. Nope, the T-34 holds. Another damage taken. That's a lot of prestige. But we have not that much time left, and yeah, it takes a lot of time to dislodge them. Yeah, but now they're all out of ammunition. And that should seal the fate of those cities. But still a lot of work to do. And now I try to get as much experience as possible on my troops. So I'm attacking weak enemy units. And we're slowly getting damaged. But now it should be done. Only one city to go. But of course I want to take that as well. We need all the prestige we can get. And this anti-aircraft cannon still stands. They're constantly reinforcing it. Ah, surrender. Yeah. Yeah, finally we got it. Now the way for our Air Force is open. Yeah, and that was maybe a bad idea. But I figured it only has one shot left. And yeah, it's not that bad. Losing one overstrength point is not that bad. Yeah, now it's just about using all of my units. And luckily they're not moving. And that was bad. And here comes the BT spam again. But now we really don't have much time left. We have to take this city, so I'm bringing in all the units I have. And that's what I was talking about. It's hard to concentrate for a really long time and not make any mistakes, like overlooking that this one is in vision range. But this was a costly mistake here. Yeah, and not much is happening, so just trying to clear out, and we can talk a little bit about the next scenario already. Yeah, Moscow 34 is, yeah, on the normal difficulties it's not that difficult. You can certainly do it in time. But I'm not sure how to deal with it on Guderian, because 5 turns earlier for that mission can be a problem. Yeah, 2 turns, 3 turns earlier that might be possible, but 5, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if I can do it, but we will see. And on Manstein, yeah, it again depends on our tanks. I hope the tires are not too slow. So this is our final turn, I think. But it should be possible on Manstein, I think. And on Rommel, of course it's possible. But yeah, I have to figure something out for Guderian again. Yeah, and here I'm just putting up a defensive layout. We cannot break those forces. Don't have the ammunition left to do it. So now I'm trying to do as much damage to them as possible. Get in that extra amount of experience. And again, one overstrength point gone. So I'm not sure if that's worth it, but experience is very important. So this is a 3-star tank, level 3 experience. Maybe we can bring him to level 4 for the US scenarios. That would be really helpful. Yeah, and I think that's almost the end of it. 2 more shots, I guess. 3. Yeah, this is pointless, but why not? And that's the final Russian counterattack. It did nothing, that's great. The PTs do nothing all the time. And don't care about that. And that's it. Decisive victory. That was hard work. It really puts a strain on me. Especially the Manstein scenarios are... Yeah, you're a little bit exhausted after doing them, because every mistake can cost a lot. Yeah, because those 15th strength tanks and Russian units, they're a pain, but we did it. So see you at Moscow, and yeah, it was not really difficult, but if you are not using this strategy here I developed, it might be a pain going through here. Yeah, maybe not the best option. So with this layout we were barely able to do it, and yeah, we have accumulated 15,000 prestige. That's nice. So let's see how much we're going to save for the US scenarios and how much of it we're going to use for Moscow. I have to figure that out, but yeah, have a nice time. See you at Moscow. Bye.